Hi guys, this is Jake at Canadian Cutting Edge. It's Wee Wednesday today, and I know that a lot of you are wishing that I'd be reviewing this little guy, but not quite yet. Probably next Wednesday, maybe the Wednesday after. Depends on how much noise I hear from you guys. Today we're looking at this FURA. Comes in this little tin can. It's this little guy. Titanium container, case, device. Some people would say it's an X-Acto blade. That's a brand name. It's actually an Olfa blade, O-L-F-A, and that's the brand name of the blade. And it's even on the blade itself. And you can buy the Olfa replacement blades to fit in here, or you can buy the blades from GearBest. And although they're called the FURA replacement blades, they actually say Olfa on the pictures as well. So what do we have here? We've got a tiny little utility knife in a titanium handle for doing very fine precision work in a container that's super easy to take around with you almost anywhere you want to go, instead of having to take along a full long pen. These blades were originally designed for an Olfa pencil, like an X-Acto knife that looks like a pencil with a blade on the end. So let's take a brief but close look at this knife coming at you right now. It comes in a case like this, as a lot of the smaller FURA devices do, or items do, I should say. Just fits in there, and it ships to you, and then you get this little thing. Let's do the dimensions before we do anything else. Move you a little closer. In inches, we've got just under 2 inches long, 0.7 of an inch wide, and under 1/4 of an inch thick, 0.22. So in metric, 5 centimeters long, 1.8 centimeters wide, and 5.6 centimeters thick. And you can fit the original blade in here that comes with it. And you can see the blade. I'll show you a picture of the blade with, I'll write some dimensions on it. So the blade is actually 4 centimeters long and 8 centimeters deep this way at the widest point and 6 at the narrow point. And so there is another blade that you can fit in here, and that's called the shovel point or chisel point blade. And it's shaped very much like this, but instead of the angled blade, instead of this angled blade, it's got a flat cutting edge where the cutting edge comes straight out. And let's say the front of my fingernail, if that was flat, would be the cutting edge. So instead of a long, thin blade, you just have a little shovel blade, which can be very useful a lot of times as well. There is a blade with a belly that looks like it should fit, and it's the KB4-R, and it does not fit because of the way it's shaped. You need the narrow, and then you need it to widen, and then you've got the cutting edge. But the one with the belly comes narrow, and then it stays flat across the top, and the blade comes out to 8. So you can have 2 different blades on here. You can have this blade. In the Olfa nomenclature, it is called the KB4-F, and you can also put in the KB4-S. Well, how well does this thing work? Well, let's try cutting some stuff. So we've just got some regular paper here, and it cuts just fine, see? You can cut this way as well if you wanted to. With this kind of precision blade, you're not going to be holding something up and cutting, though. You're going to be cutting along some line, and you know, that's going to be what you're going to try cutting. And you know, that's how it works out. You know, you can cut almost any shape you want using a blade like this. And that's the kind of thing that you use it for, something very precision. And that's the whole video. So there you go. The cool thing about this is titanium. That's a little cool factor. I'll show you the insides of this. As you can see on the insides, there's a magnet that holds the blade in place. And then this tab goes through the hole, and that's what slides it. And so the magnet keeps it from, just going all over the place. You can just put it where you want and it'll stay there. And then you just apply a little bit of pressure with your thumb and it'll stay exactly where you want it to be so that you can do the cutting that you want. I would suggest only putting the blade out as far as you need to get the job done. The further you put it out, the greater you have risk of, bending it and snapping it. And these are disposable blades. Once they get dull, toss them. Some of you are going to want to know what the price of this is. Right now, it's 34% off. And basically what you're paying for is, having a titanium, tool in your hand with a little X-Acto knife. $9.22 US plus $1.27 shipping. $11.82 Canadian plus $1.63 shipping. 7.61 euros plus just over €1 for shipping. And 6.77 British pounds and just under £1 for shipping. And there's your warnings. Warning, be careful, blade. 100% titanium alloy TC4, which is the alloy that FURA likes to use an awful lot. You can see these Torx screws. You take those 4 screws out, and they're fairly precise screws. I like that. They work. They come undone really well, and I didn't get anywhere near close to stripping any of them. Just don't over tighten them, and you're going to be just fine. So there you go. That's the whole video for this little knife. This is the last wee Wednesday for February. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember to always cut towards your chum and not your thumb, because that hurts.